Most people think the holy grail of financial milestones is hitting six figures or finally calling yourself a millionaire. But what if I told you that's not the number where life really shifts? It's not 100,000. It's not 75, not 50, not even 25. From my experience, the number that changes everything, the number where your mindset, your confidence, and your opportunities begin to transform, is actually your first $10,000. That's the moment when money stops controlling you and you finally start controlling money. The first reason that 10,000 is so powerful is because it shatters a mental barrier. Up until then, you're probably hovering in the four-figure range, which for most people feels like quicksand. You can work hard, save a little, but it's so easy to slip back down. The truth is, most Americans never escape that range. The average salary in the US is around 66,000, and even if someone saves 20% of their paycheck, which is already an ambitious goal, it still only adds up to a few $100s every 2 weeks. Add debt, bills, poor habits, and suddenly it feels impossible to build momentum. But when you finally see your account hit 5 digits instead of four, something clicks. You realize you're capable of doing this, of building discipline and sustaining it. That small win flips a switch in your identity and gives you the belief you can go further. And that belief matters because 10,000 is where compounding starts to work in your favor. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and he wasn't exaggerating. It's the concept that your money begins earning money for you, and over time, the effect snowballs. 10,000 might not sound like much compared to where you want to end up, but it's the critical foundation. Look at Warren Buffett. Nearly all of his wealth was accumulated after he turned 65. Not because he suddenly became a better investor, but because compounding had decades to work its magic. The earlier you reach that 10,000 and let it grow, the more you'll benefit. Even a conservative return begins to accelerate your progress once you've crossed that threshold, which is why you want to get there as quickly as possible. But it's not just math. It's about how you feel around money. Before you hit 10,000, every dollar feels fragile, and the smallest setback can make you doubt yourself. Once you cross it, the anxiety eases up. You begin to carry a quiet confidence that tells you, I've done this before, I can keep going. And that confidence is powerful because despite what social media might make you believe, most people aren't sitting on stacks of cash. The reality is that nearly 60% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency if it hit tomorrow. So when you've built 10 times that in reserves, you're not just above average, you're in rare company. And that realization can give you the fuel to push toward bigger milestones. There's also the practical side. $10,000 covers almost any emergency you'll realistically face. A medical bill, a car repair, a sudden move. It's your personal insurance policy protecting you from financial ruin. Without that cushion, unexpected costs can crush you. With it, they become inconveniences, not disasters. Knowing you're covered gives you the peace of mind to breathe, and that peace of mind is priceless. And once you have that breathing room, something else happens. You start to become pickier with your opportunities. Before 10,000, financial pressure forces you into decisions based on survival. You take the job you hate, you buy the cheapest food, you settle for whatever you can afford. But with 10,000 in the bank, desperation fades. You can say no to bad deals, you can hold out for the right fit, you can invest in things that bring long-term value instead of chasing short-term relief. That shift from asking, what's the cheapest option, to asking, what's the best value, is subtle but transformative. It's the beginning of using money as a tool instead of seeing it as a limitation. And that tool opens doors to real investing. With 2,000 or 3,000 saved, your investment options are slim. Maybe you dabble in a stock here or there, but the impact is minimal. With 10,000, suddenly you can buy meaningful positions in index funds, open retirement accounts, or even fund a small side hustle. It's enough to make you feel the impact of growth in a way that inspires you to keep going. The psychological shift of watching your money work for you is one of the most motivating experiences in personal finance. Another reason this milestone is so powerful is because it finally breaks the cycle of financial anxiety. Most people live under a constant hum of stress, even if they don't acknowledge it. They're always one paycheck away from falling behind, one emergency away from disaster. With 10,000, that background noise begins to fade. You no longer obsess over every minor expense, and you stop fearing surprise bills. Instead, you begin to think more clearly, to operate from a place of strength. This is often the moment when people shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Instead of fearing loss, you begin to believe in growth. You start saving and investing not because you're terrified of running out, but because you're excited about building a future. And that shift creates a positive feedback loop. The more you save, the more confident you feel, and the more confident you feel, the more motivated you are to keep building. So many good things begin to happen when you hit that first $10,000. It's proof of discipline. It's the spark for compounding. It's the foundation for confidence. It's the shield against emergencies. It's the freedom to choose better opportunities. And it's the end of that constant financial anxiety. If you've already reached it, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you haven't yet, don't worry, because that moment is coming if you stay disciplined. And when it does, you'll look back and realize just how much your life changed the day you hit that first 5-digit number. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix, where smart money learns smarter moves. Subscribe for more insights that grow your wealth.